Some of the potholes have already been filled once this season. However, ones like this one on North Jordan Avenue stand ankle deep and already need to be filled again. We just moved to the south side of the building on the 3900 block of Pulaski, where you can see they're getting ready to take the building down entirely.
We're here live at the Indiana University Dance Marathon, where all of the participants are on hour 24 of raising money for Riley Children's Hospital.
21 years ago, a then 18-year-old Brian Haltom stepped out of his vehicle to approach another motorist on the side of the road. That motorist pulled out a gun and shot and killed Brian Haltom. Now, 21 years later, all that's left here is this sign asking that same haunting question that has had people who knew him wondering for years. Well, another important news topic from this week. Spain is prepared to take drastic measures to stop Catalonia from gaining its independence. All day, people around Monroe County have the chance to receive and send snuggles from dogs like Chance. President Trump is visiting Indiana for the first time since inauguration. He's going to speak at this stage behind me, and he plans to go over a new tax reform. A 70-year-old man was shot and killed on the south side last night. He's said to be a bystander caught in the crossfire between two vehicles. So I'm on the bus right now, and there is no wheel and there is no driver. It operates by itself. You're encouraged to get here early at Guaranteed Rate Field. There are limited tickets left. There's going to be tailgating all in the parking lots. It's going to be a great time. Yeah, actually, we just moved to the south side of the building on the 3900 block of Pulaski, where you can see they're getting ready to take the building down entirely. The roof has collapsed and the walls and everything. You can see how close it is to this house, 5 feet, if that. And actually, we have an exclusive video from someone who was here on the scene when the fire started around 4 this morning. You could see the roof completely engulfed in flames, which later collapsed. You could see full footage there. The smoke was billowing onto the Kennedy, which was actually shut down from the smoke. Good news is no one was inside of the building when it happened, and there's only been one minor back injury to a firefighter who was treated on the scene and is said to be okay. I had the chance to talk to a neighbor who lives 2 doors down from this house that you can see over here, right next to the building.
The fire department seemed to have it under control. The house we were concerned with was the one immediately next to the building because it's a wood frame house. But they were doing a pretty good job of hosing it down right from the very beginning. I think the transformer blew up, and then inside the building were several explosions. So it was scary.
This was a precious metal company. We actually got the chance to speak to the owner, who said that this was a family business for over 2 decades. It's been passed down. He's actually been trying to enter, but he can't because the walls are about to come down, and officials say that it's far too dangerous to go inside of the building. There's still no information on how the fire started, but we will continue to keep you up to date with that. Reporting from Pulaski, Courtney Sisk, Fox 32 News. There are few things more frustrating than an unsolved mystery, and there are few things sadder than an unsolved murder. Those who knew Brian Haltom know these emotions all too well. Let's take a look. A long road, a small town, and a big question, all reduced to a sign and a picture. Who killed Brian Haltom? That's a question that's been haunting those who knew him for years. 21 years. Brian's mother, Lynn, knows the feeling of frustration all too well.
Sheriff Cuddy told us that night at the hospital that they were going to catch the killer and they were going to get who did this to Brian. And that's never been done, and I don't know why.
Since his murder, Lynn has moved out of state, but that hasn't stopped her from holding on to hope. Hope that someday, someone may have an answer to her 21-year question. 21 years ago, a then 18-year-old Brian Haltom stepped out of his vehicle to approach another motorist on the side of the road. That motorist pulled out a gun and shot and killed Brian Haltom. Now, 21 years later, all that's left here is this sign asking that same haunting question that has had people who knew him wondering for years. Kurt and Todd Durnall were both on the initial investigation of Brian's murder.
We spent a lot of hours, a lot of footsteps, rang a lot of doorbells, speaking to people, trying to locate a car and find out if we had something that was close. I think it can be solved. There's at least one person out there that knows what happened.
The statute of limitations never runs out on a case like this.
A case that hopefully one day will be solved. Brian's mother says a new Crime Stopper sign will soon take place of the current sign. The calls that go in through Crime Stopper can be anonymous, which Lynn believes could be vital in solving this case. If you have any information, you are encouraged to call the Indiana State Police.
Potholes. They're everywhere. From side roads to main roads, these holes make driving through town dangerous and tedious. One IU student has to dodge 3 of them just to get out of her apartment complex. One popped her tire.
And so all in all, it took 2.5 hours to change the tire. And it was late at night. We didn't get done until about like 11:30 midnight on a Monday. So I didn't get back here until around midnight because of what had happened.
Some of the potholes have already been filled once this season. However, ones like this one on North Jordan Avenue stand ankle deep and already need to be filled again.
Director of Street Operations Joe Van Deventer says the issue in Bloomington is due to the freeze and thaw cycle.
We try to fix it within 24 hours is our goal. And a lot of times we'll fix them before they're reported just because we have people out in the areas. But if people are just patient, we will fix them.
The cold mix patch the city uses in the winter is only temporary and often washes away from rain. So long as Indiana's climate stays the same, so will the swerving and dodging of potholes.
Hopefully they'll come out here eventually and get it fixed, but I hope it doesn't cause other people issues either.
Issues that everyone who's driven in Bloomington can relate to.